Welcome back, students, to the subject Computer Fundamentals, and today we are going to discuss the last part of this video series of computer generations. So we are going to discuss about the fifth generation, or currently we are whatever the computing we are doing, or the computers that we are using. So we are in the fifth generation, or we can say that we are almost crossed the fifth generation and we are very near to the sixth generation. So a lot of things we need to discuss with respect to the fifth generation, and a lot of advancement that happened in the recent years, and we need to understand a few important advancements that took place in this fifth generation. So let us discuss some of the important hardware and software technologies that were improved, and also discuss the characteristics. And if you have not watched the previous videos, please go through those videos and watch it, because it will be helpful for you. So if you compare the previous generation and current generation, so you can easily understand the concepts in a more clearer way. Okay. So we can say that fifth generation started almost from 1990s, or specifically they are given it as 89, so to present. So we are in the fifth generation now, and the earlier we had used the integrated circuits. Actually the integrated circuits were started from the third generation, and later on we moved to the concept of small scale integration, and then we in the fourth generation we have studied about the very large scale integration. So in the fourth generation we could mount, or we could integrate almost 30,000 electronic components, but when we talk about the fifth generation, even more than 30,000 electronic components could be integrated on a single silicon material, on the silicon surface, or on the chip. So that gave birth to the concept of ultra large scale integration, or that is what we call it as the ULSI. So this is an example of the microprocessor which has the technology of ultra large scale integration. In this, if you compare the VLSI with the ULSI, in the fifth generation we can integrate almost 10 million electronic components. So if you compare, which is a very big number, and we could club them all, and we could just mount them on the motherboard. Or if you look into this, so the size of the motherboard was also reduced, and the size of the computer systems reduced totally. If you compare the earlier predecessors or the previous generation computers, the size of the computer was entirely reduced because of this ultra large scale integration, and we could use very small space to design all these components. No doubt we used many micro electronic components, like almost 10 millions of components we can use, but we don't have the wires and other cable connections with respect to the fifth generation. So this is the reason why computers became more popular, and they become cheap, and everyone could afford, and everyone can use the computers. And also the capacity of main memory and the storage capacity of secondary storage device also increased. So these days we are getting the computers with petabytes of storage capacity, or if you purchase the computers these days, you can have minimum 2 terabytes of hard disk. I mean, you can store huge amount of information and data into the computers, and also we can have the high speed processors, and also the capacity of RAM will be very high, and almost for every 2 years we'll have latest softwares, and will have latest hardware components. So these are the main important hardware aspects that we need to understand. And in the previous generation we used the floppy disks as the secondary storage device, but the capacity of floppy disk was very small, So we started with the optical discs, and later on we had the DVDs and so on, and latest now these days we can also have the pen drives. So we can easily transfer the information from one computer to another computer by using these secondary storage devices. So let us look into the images of these optical discs. So basically we call it as compact discs or compact disc readable. That means you can store the information in this, but you cannot delete the contents once you store some information on this. So most of you might have used this, and we actually started using them for multimedia and to store the audio and video files. So earlier days their capacity was just 700 MB, but these days we can also have CDs and DVDs. So these are the DVDs, okay. So and these capacity of DVDs like almost it is 4.7 GB. So we can store multiple audio files and films we can store, and also we can keep a backup of the information, like if the capacity of the computer comes down, or if the storage capacity of the computer is small, we can have these CDs and DVDs where we can take the information and we can copy the files, documents, all those things, and also we can carry them. The most important thing is we can carry these CDs and DVDs, and we can shift it from one computer to another computer. Also powerful notebooks and powerful desktop PCs were designed, and like latest laptops we have and MacBooks, so which have very high computation capabilities. And also we have something called as servers, where these are related to the networking. So when we want to connect different computers, or when we want to use the internet, so we should have some high capacity or high performance computer, which we can call it as the server, so which has the very high storage capacity, and performance also is very high compared to the normal computers. And also we invented supercomputers, and the trend went on, and we also have the important advancement that happened with the that took place in the 5th generation is the internet. So and every now and then we use internet for anything we want to know. So we use the internet, and we use the different applications, we use different latest softwares. So all those were started by the advancement in the concept of internet. And coming back to the software technologies, we had the high level programming languages, like we had the C and C++ in the earlier generation, but more robust and highly reliable programming languages like Java and other some C# and so on. So many latest, like we have Android these days. So all these are the software advancement that are taking place in the 5th generation, and we can design good quality softwares not only for scientific purpose but for commercial purpose as well. So these are the important softwares that we use today. And also World Wide Web. So as you know all, whenever we want to search something or we are not understanding anything, we just open the Google, we use the browsers and we start searching it. So like we can upload the videos, and we can share the information like Gmail facilities, multimedia applications, and these are the some important advancement that happened in the 5th generation, or we are using right now, we are using it. So we can easily understand the importance and the advancement that happened from the 1st generation to the 5th generation. So now let us look into this different computers that we have today. So earlier we had some monitors, keyboards, and we have separate CPU. But later on we also had, in fact I have not showed this CRT monitors because almost we are not using them. So we are using the LCD or TFT monitors, and these days if you see, we can have the laptops and even the desktop computers. If you see, the CPU is inbuilt, whereas in the earlier case the CPU was a separate and motherboard was present in the CPU and so on. But these days we are getting the computers, desktop computers with inbuilt CPU, so no need to purchase the CPU separately. So if you observe in terms of the storage space, they will consume very less space. And also if you compare this laptops, we can carry the laptops, and most of the time when we are doing some if you are part of some business organization, when you are traveling on regular basis, so you can easily take your information or you can take your documents and you can travel around. And even when you are traveling, you can use the computers, and you can no need to waste our time. But whereas in the earlier cases, if you have the power supply, then only we can use the computers. But these days, if you charge your laptops, almost they will give 4 to 5 hours of backup. So even when you are traveling, you can use them. And this is the major importance of using these laptops. So, and many industries or many organizations started developing. So we have different companies like Lenovo, HP, Dell, Mac, and so on. So many software and hardware organizations started developing the computers, and because of that the price was also reduced, and we'll get with a very small investment we'll get a good quality computer, or even we can get the laptops. Now let us look into the characteristics of fifth generation. So as you can understand, the desktops and PCs and workstations are several times more powerful than the PCs of the fourth generation. So we can have these earlier days we use the PCs or personal computers. So the same personal computers we are using till today, but we can also have our own laptops, or even we can have our palm tops, and they will be very small in size, and we can use them. And also the important thing is the speed and their storage capacity and their performance was increased much higher, and we could do many millions of calculations per second. And these computers are portable. So portable in the sense you can just take it and you can shift it from one place to another place, and you can easily carry them. The weight of these computers also was reduced. So if you take a laptop, it will be almost like 1.5 kgs or less than that. So it will be very easy for us to carry, and they will come handy. And also even when you are traveling, as just now we have discussed, so you can without wasting your time, you can do all your task, and you can do the work, and you can complete your task in less time. And no air conditioning is normally required. So like when we are using the normal desktops and PCs and laptops, we don't require the air conditioning. But whereas in the first and second generation, if you observe or if you remember, where they emitted a lot of heat, and because of that the air conditioner was compulsorily required. But in this case it is not at all required. And but if you are using the supercomputers, that time it is required, because the capacity of supercomputers and their speed and their space will be more. So only for supercomputers we require this air conditioning, but for normal computer it is not at all required. And going to the next one, they are more reliable and consume less power than their predecessors. So again, the electricity consumed for these computers is very less and negligible, we can say. And if you compare again, if you use the CRT monitors, they will consume more power. But these days we are not using CRT, we all are using the LCD monitors and laptops, so they will consume less electricity. So it helped the common man to use the computers and to do the computation tasks, and they helped in each and every field that we are living today. And next one is they are more reliable and less prone to hardware failures. So as you can see, if the capacity of the computers increases, their speed, the hard disks, if everything is increases also, obviously hardware maintenance is not at all required. Or even if a small part is damaged, or if you want to replace something, we can usually do that. But in the earlier cases, the entire part has to be replaced. So that was entirely reduced now. So if a small say something like your RAM is damaged, or your hard disk is not working, so you can easily replace that particular part. Or a small CMOS battery is damaged, so that you can easily replace it, and they will not cost more, because the entire price of the computer itself is very less. And even if one or two things failed in that, or they are not working, you can easily replace them. And because we can easily assemble them, so these are the some important characteristics of fifth generation. Now let us discuss about these 2 points. Commercial production of these systems are easier and cheaper. So why? Because we are using the ULSI, that is ultra large scale integration. So when we are doing that, we don't require the help of a human being. So in the earlier days, we used to do everything by a manpower is required, more number of resources were required, and more number of employees were required to design and develop the computers, and to also keep a track of which component is working, which is not working. So maintenance also very much required, and to design those circuits and other things, it was very difficult. But these days we are doing everything computerized way, so we are not doing them manually. So again, we have some tools and techniques. With that we design these circuits. So in short, it took very less time to develop a computer, or to design a computer. Or even if you are good enough at basics of computers, you can purchase the individual parts and you can assemble them. So we call them as the assembled computers. So for example, after completion of your BC, or after knowing the basics parts of all the computer devices, you can easily purchase the different raw materials of the computer, and you can assemble your own computer. So this is the major advantage of fifth generation computers. And we started using high level programming languages like Java and Oracle, MySQL. So very different and unique high level programming languages we are using, and they will provide us very good applications, and we can design different softwares. And because of that, the commercialization also has increased, and we can the computer has become a lifeline. So without computer we cannot survive these days. So because they provide a lot of features and a lot of applications, and we can easily do our tasks, and not only one particular task, and variety of applications we can run. So all these are the important things that also took place, or advancement happened because of the high level programming languages. Going to the next, more user friendly interfaces with multimedia features makes the system easier used by anyone, in children. So let us discuss about this. So as you can see, I have just taken a pic of Windows 10, and if you can see, we have a more user friendly interface, and we have many icons and shortcut buttons, and many helping facility or helping tools are available. So because of this, it helps for a beginner, or even for our children. It helps to learn the computers with less time. And we also have lot of documentations. Okay, if I don't know how to start the internet, or if I don't know how to start the Bluetooth, I can just go to some documentation, I can click on the help option, and I can easily start learning how to use the Microsoft Word, or how to use Microsoft Excel. So for all these we have the documentation, and we can have tutorials. Or even when you install a particular software in these days, will help the documentation and about us, and all those things are very helpful for a common human being. And we can easily use the computer. We can drag and drop the icons or files and folders. So this made a major impact on the people, and we started using them more frequently. Like on the software part, we can use the Microsoft Office, so which has different categories of softwares. Like we can have the MS Word, so for our syllabus, MS Word, Microsoft Excel, so PPT, Outlook. So all these are the softwares that are available, but we are going to study more about Word and Excel. So these are helping us for the creating of documents, letters, and many other things. And also we can store the accounting information, like whenever we want to do calculations, we can use the Excel sheets, and for PowerPoint presentations we can use PPTs. So also we have database access. So all these are the softwares that are available in these days, and we can do many varieties of tasks. And not only these are computers are restricted for one particular organization. We can use it in banking, education, government offices. In many ways we can use these computers, and we can use our own softwares, and customized softwares are also available. So these are the important things that we need to remember with respect to the fifth generation. And also the important thing or important advancement that happened with the computers was the internet. So these days, if you say we pay very less price to get an internet connection, or even if you have your smartphone, you can directly connect to the hotspot, and you can start using the internet. And the most important thing was there was a rapid change in the communication. So like now we are going for online classes, or we are sending the everything in terms of emails. You are sending the, or you are doing the online admissions. So all these were possible because of the advancement in the internet and the what we call it as the World Wide Web. So basically if you talk about the email facility, so by sitting at one place you can send a letter, or you can send the documents on any other information, or you can send the information whenever it is required. So all these are the important features that are available in the fifth generation, or in the present generation, we can say. And also multimedia applications makes the system more useful in every occupation. So we have different applications, and in any organization if you go, or in any field if you go, they will be using the computerized information, or we are not doing everything manually. So whether you are talking about banking industry or education, so everywhere we are going with online facilities or computerized information, or computerized accounting, inventory control. So all these different fields are using the computers. Even these days, even in the if you go for the mechanical department or in the civil engineering, so they are creating the models with the help of the computer. So we call it as the computer aided design, okay, or CAD. So where we can design the part of the vehicle, or a model, or a machine, we can create by using the computers. So we can say that we are very lucky to born in the fifth generation of computers, and we can do much more tasks. And it's all good that we are learning, and we are in the this computer science department, and we can learn many things with respect to the computers. And these are the some examples you can give, like IBM notebooks, Pentium PCs, and next we have the Intel processors, Intel series, and so on. So, and one more important thing that we need to remember is Param 10,000, or actually the series started with Param 8000 and so on. So the Param is the supercomputer designed by the Indians. So if you can observe, the size of the Param computer is very big in size, and no doubt it requires a lot of space, but its computation, and it can do almost like if you computer normal computers, 100 computers or 200 computers. So all those will be done by one single computer, and their storage capacity is like in petabytes, and speed of microprocessor and all those things are very high. And basically we use them for the scientific calculations or weather forecasting, and many research and development work. We use these supercomputers. So in a nutshell, we can say that the fifth generation is the best gift, we can say. And we can do many things by sitting at home, and we can learn, and also we can teach, and we can understand more things with respect to the computers. And not only related to the computer subject, you can learn different subjects as well, and by just sitting at home. So this is because of the major importance advancement that happened with the concept of internet, and we can Google it, and we can do a lot of things. So this is all about the fifth generation of computers. Now let us quickly revisit all the generations that we have discussed. So I have put it in just a table, so that you can just if you remember this chart, you can easily know, and you can easily write in the examination. So some features are same, or some characteristics are same from one generation to another generation, but I want to give one important shortcut to remember. So as you go ahead with the first generation, with fifth generation, the thing that you can add is the speed of computers will increase, their performance, their capacity, storage capacity will go on increasing. And similarly, as you go ahead with first generation to fifth generation, the size of the computers will always be reduced. So if you compare, just remember the first generation and fifth generation, the size is entirely reduced, and portability, fifth generation computers are more portable. And also you need to remember what are the important key technologies. Like in the first generation, we had vacuum tubes, then we have transistors, then we had ICs, and then VLSI, and then ULSI. So like this, you need to remember the key features or key advancement that happened. And then in the earlier days, we had the machine level and assembly level language, and then we had the high level programming languages, and latest high level programming languages, and so on. And as you go ahead with the generation, the power consumption will be reduced, and maintenance will be negligible. Okay, so these are the some important and common characteristics that you can find in all these generations, and you should highlight some one or two examples. So this is with related to the third generation, and ICs were the main components that we used in the third generation. And because of this invention of ICs, we could have the SSI, and then MSI, and later on in the fourth generation we had the VLSI, and now we are using the ULSI. So this was the major advancement or the major invention of ICs that took place in the third generation. Generation onwards, the computer were commercialized. So earlier to that, they were just used in the scientific calculation, or they were not general purpose, we can say, in a more specific way. And when we talk about fourth generation, the capacity and other things were increased, and also we could have the secondary storage devices like floppy disk was introduced. So, and also we had the graphical user interface, but earlier to that we had used the command based this operating system, and which was very difficult to perform. So graphically, because of graphical user interface, we started using the computers in every field. And also the concept of networking was introduced, and they were easier to produce, and commercialization also rapidly developed. And the last one is about the fifth generation. So as we just now we have discussed, so all these are the important features. Some of them I have not displayed in the actually video, because we are going to discuss about all this like microkernel and multi-threading of distributed operating system in the third unit. So that time you'll understand in more detail. So I do not want to put more complications right now. So and this is all that we have studied with the concept of computer generations. So the only point putting all this in a table is you can just look into this, and you can easily refer this. So like for before the examination, if you want to just want to have a glance of all these characteristics and their key features and key advancement technologies and other things, so you can just refer to this chart. It will be easy for you to remember the all the 5 generations. And from the examination point of view, you will get one question almost in every question paper. They are asked first generation or second generation or any other generation they will ask, and you need to highlight the important technologies, and then you need to explain the different characteristics, like 7 to 8 characteristics, and with that you can give 1 or 2 examples, and that will be sufficient for you. So you may get a 8 to 10 marks question, or they may also ask you some abbreviations like what is the meaning of GUI, VLSI, SSI, ULSI. So all these some abbreviations, or what is the meaning of ICs. So all these abbreviations can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. So that's all we have in the computer generations. I hope you understood this, and if you have any doubts you can get back to me. Thank you.